So getting into a nice happy baby. Grab those toes, inside of the feet, outside of the feet. Hold in this position. Breathe into that tightness. Back of the legs, into the butt, into the pelvic floor, into those ribs. Let it really open up. And then grab those hands behind those knees, drop those legs. Let the legs drop open. And a modified happy baby. If it gets too much in that inner groin or inner thigh, you can move them a little bit, side to side, up and down. Wiggle them a little bit. Stretch out that tight tissue. And then grab those feet together like a butterfly. Very similar. If it gets a little too much grippy down there, we don't want the pelvic floor to tense up and tighten. So the little wiggle motion, mobility can help them come down, makes it feel not so tight. And then go ahead and put those babies down. Let's mobilize that spine before we start waking up this tissue. So thinking of pelvic tilting, so tucking that booty under the same way we tuck with poor posture. Underneath, tucking that tailbone, and then letting that tailbone come out the opposite direction like a dog, sticking its booty out to wag its tail. Letting it go back under again. And back away. And back under. Back away. Try to get this motion, especially the tucking, to happen from those lower abs versus the butt wanting to squeeze and make that happen. Let it come out away. And back under. Then rock those knees side to side. Let's wake up that lumbar spine a little bit. Get a little bit into those thighs. And rocking. You can extend that top leg over. Get a little bit more of a stretch. One more on each side. And then back down. All right, let's start with those legs bent. And I want going into marching, going into that zip up. So I want you to blow out, zip up, pubic bone to breastbone, or you can think ribs to pelvis here. I like ribs to pelvis when coming into mini crunch, mini sit up. It helps me stay more flat, keeps my abs engaged the way we want them to. So try that one out. We're going to blow out. We're going to go 10 here. Okay. Keeping this down and flat. Once you start to feel that alien pop up, think of tightening the tissue a little different way or take a break. Okay. Here we go. Exhale, ribs to pelvis. I want that exhale before you even start to lift that head up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep those shoulder blades up off the ground. 5. Blow out. 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. 10. Take a break from the torso. Go into those lower legs. Marching. So we've got bringing leg up. We've got a heel slide down. We've got a lift up, heel tap. All about keeping this pelvis nice and stable, keeping these engaged. If those are easy, go into reverse marching, either toe tapping here or extending out. So pick your poison and let's go. Exhale before you start to move, just like last time. Here we go. Exhale, zip it up, ribs to pelvis. 1, hold this. Exhale each time. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Take a break, drop those legs down. Pelvic tilt again. Rock out that canoe. Back and forth. Front to back. Dog tucking its tail and lifting its tail back. And then come back to that neutral area again. Ribs to pelvis, blowing out. Lift up into that mini crunch. Here we go. Exhale, ribs to pelvis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 more, 8, 9, 1 more, 10. Back to those legs. Here we go. Find that area where you want to be. I'm going to challenge myself a little bit. I'm going to extend this leg here. Exhale, ribs to pelvis. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10. 1 more. 10. Take a break. Rock those knees side to side. Stretch that out. All right, go back to neutral. We're going to go into boat pose. So sitting up here. I like to use some weight to offset it to trigger the fire of muscles. So I've got a 10-pounder. You can use a soup can, you can use a water bottle, use 5 pounds. I like to keep my feet down, weight out. We're going to go out to where it is comfortable for you in the core here. If you lose range of motion and start arching back like we do when we're holding kids, too far back. If your belly starts popping out like an alien, too far back. You might be 1 inch here and 1 inch forward. That's cool. Figure out where your range is at. Then we're going to go back. Exhale, ribs to pelvis. Coming forward. I personally tighten up my core to come back. Fire it again. Exhale, ribs to pelvis. I tighten it a little bit more to come back forward. Like that. Forward. I call that 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. Take a break as needed. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 1 more. 20. Take a break for a moment. We're going to go side to side here with that weight. Again, if it's light, awesome. Keep those legs down. And we're going to go rowing the boat with the weight side to side. Still thinking into ribs to pelvis. Or if your zipper works better, go for that. Challenge yourself. Change it up every now and then. Okay, here we go. Rowing. I'm going to exhale, ribs to pelvis. Each side. That's 1. 2. I'm holding ribs to pelvis this whole time. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. Okay, going back into reverse crunches here, reverse sit-ups. We've got to load that tissue, guys, if we want it to be strong again. Exhale, ribs to pelvis. Here we go. 1. 2. 3. But load it in a range where it's firing and not being pushed out. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Take a break as needed. 11. Ribs to pelvis. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. Drop that weight. Going to our side here. Getting more obliques, side torso with those 6 packs. Okay. I like a good side plank. So we're going to come up into, I guess, more of a bridge. Exhale. Popping up. I want that top leg coming up. Come back down. Back down. To make this more challenging, throw a resistance band on those knees. Here we go. Exhale. Ribs to pelvis. Pop it open. Back down. We'll call that 1. 2. Zip it up or ribs to pelvis. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. Switch it up. Goodness, here we go. Exhale, ribs to pelvis. 1. 2. Get that arm under that shoulder if you can. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. All right. In a bear plank position, so on all fours. So on all fours, toes curled up. Keep those toes curled up. Before we get into this, I want you to move back onto those toes, stretch out the back of the plantar fasciitis here. Get into those toes too. Might get a nice little stretch side to side. Need that mobility there. Back up on all fours. Gently back. Think about that pelvic floor. Let it melt, sit into those sits bones. And back on all fours here because we want it working here. Prop up off those knees, off those toes. Exhale, zip it up, ribs to pelvis. We're holding here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop it back down. Sit back on those toes. Stretch that out. Get more into those shoulders if you want here. And into those ankles, into those toes, into that plantar fasciitis. Back onto all fours. Toes curled up. Exhale. Ribs to pelvis. Zip it up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back down. So I brought some paper plates here today. I'm going to put those under my feet, still on all fours. You can do the same for a little bit of a challenge if you'd like. Or hardwood versus carpet. Seems to work better in our house. So on all, in that bear position, up on all fours. Exhale, zip it up. Coming up, and we're going back. One leg back. 1, 1, 2, 2. Hold that zipper. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Back in. Take a break. Moving these up onto forearms. Saw action here. And going to extend out to a full plank. And just hold it. I like a little padding under my arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Take a break. Switch it back. Put those back under those bare feet. Use the knees to make it easier. And just have your knees move back and forth. Especially if you are more earlier postpartum or feeling like your back's starting to ache with them extended, put them under your knees. Exhale, zip it up. Here we go. And back. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Extend. Get those out. We're going to stretch out those abs. Getting on full, what my kids would call cobra in the yoga position. Getting into what we call prone on elbows in the PT world. So laying on your belly, propping up. Exhale that air out. Do you feel any tension in that back? If so, stay here for a moment. Breathe through a couple breaths. Let that relax out. If it's not relaxing, go back into just laying here on your belly. We don't want to cause a spasm, but we want to create some range of motion back there. If you're back to here and you don't feel any tension anymore, we're going hands underneath the shoulders and prop up until you feel tension. Kiss the tension back off. Blow out if you feel tension here. You're only coming up this high, backing it back down. Blow out. Go to where you find that tension. Don't push through it. Come back down. Back down. Back down. Opening up the nerves that supply your pelvis, your lower legs, your abdomen, stretching out the abdominal muscles we just worked. So one more after this one. Keep that pelvis down. Exhale. One more. Let it sink into the ground. Get some nice range of motion. And we're going to move from here into that child's pose, toes flat. Go back in. Keep those knees out. Stretch into that pelvis. Reach those arms out. Belly relaxed. Pelvic floor relaxed. Walk those hands off to that left side. Get a nice stretch on that torso. Breathe into the tightness that you feel in the ribs. Hands off to the right. Same thing here. Check in on the pelvic floor and abs. How are they feeling? Breathe into the tightness in the ribs. And back forward. We're going to come back on hands and knees. Take that right arm, reach underneath the left shoulder. And then up to the sky. Back underneath that shoulder. Back up to the sky. Switch it up. Left arm under right shoulder. Back up to the ceiling. Back down. Back up. All right, we're going to finish in crisscross applesauce. Spelling out happy Friday with your pelvic floor. So think vaginal opening, sitting on sit bones. Let it relax right now where you're at. And then find where vaginal opening is. I want you to suck it up. You're going to create the letter H, capital H. Bring that pelvic floor all the way back down. Back up again, A, capital A, all the way back down. So this is like your foot, spelling the letter A, P. We're just doing it vaginal opening. Okay, we're going P, capital P, all the way back down. Capital P, back down. Capital Y, back down. Space. Checking that pelvic floor, make sure it's all relaxed, belly's relaxed. Friday, capital F, back down, capital R, I lost that one, back down, capital I, back down, D, back down, A, back down, Y, back down, exclamation point. And then I want you leaning into those knees. I want you to try to pick up that pelvic floor left to right. So left to right and then back up that smoothie. Suck it up. Let that smoothie all the way back down. From left to right again, sits bone to sits bone. Meet in the middle and then suck it all the way up that smoothie. All the way back down. We're going front to back here. Tailbone to pubic bone. Have it meet in the middle, all the way up that straw for that smoothie. Back down. One more here, front to back. Meet in the middle, come up. Drop it all the way back down. All right, front and back. We're getting hip 90-90. Nice stretch in the front here. Open up in that groin, open up in those quads and legs. Sitting here for a moment. Appreciate where you are. Check out that range of motion that maybe we have space from sit bone to floor. Kind of get a gauge of what that's looking like for you. Then switch it up. I always say just try to get 10 seconds minimum in this position throughout the day. Whether we're folding laundry, playing with kids on the ground, going to bed. Check out that range of motion, that other side, sit bone to ground. See where we're at. But get used to sitting in this position. I used to be out here because it was so tight for me to even be here. And we want to get really back to being up nice and tall in this position. Let the body get used to it. Don't force it. Go to what feels comfortable, but hopefully noticing that you're starting to move